Hey, it's Joe here. I'm going to do an app review for you guys at iRock, and I'm going to be looking at LaunchPad. I'm just going to look at the very, very basics of LaunchPad, just what we need to get going, really. You can get very involved in how you work with LaunchPad. There's lots of different things you can do with filters, volumes, and effects, but what I'm just going to show you for now is some really, really basic things. Okay, let's get going. So, I'll just come out of this screen here and adjust my camera down a little bit. And LaunchPad is at the bottom of here. It's got 6 rectangles on, or squares, depending on your eyesight, and mine is particularly bad. So I'm going to say rectangles, but actually when we get on to LaunchPad itself, they are all squares, and we can see there's lots of color-coded things there. If you go to the top left-hand side here, right at the top, actually before I get going, what I really should be doing is screen recording what we're doing here. So I've got a screen recording shortcut, so I'm going to start that now. So there we go, hopefully it will record. Who knows what I'm doing on there. So yes, at the top, where it says 9+ up here in these 3 lines, if I put my finger on that, there's various options that come up, from projects to recordings, settings, and review app. I'm just going to look at a project now, a fresh project. I've downloaded a few new ones today, but with this app, which is free, you will get about 10 free ones with it. You can buy more, but obviously ask whoever is the bill payer to sort that out. And we're going to look at house. We've got hip hop, trap, drum and bass, retro funk, tech house, and there's so many others on the system that you can get. But we're going to put house on. I couldn't say I'm very up with my house music, but what we do have here is these 2 green lines. Okay, so the green lines are drums and percussion. You tend to get drums on the first side and percussion on the next. And then your blues, your third line across down here, is normally bass. And then as you go across, there's slightly different mixes here. You tend to get some synthesizers, and then you end up with some vocals and things up at the top end here. So very, very simple, this app. It's very, very easy, and it's pretty much impossible to get things wrong. So what I could do is just show you by starting with the drum beat there. Hopefully it will start to kick in. Naturally can't hear anything. There's obviously a reason for that, and that's because someone has been messing around with the volume. So not only with the volumes, I think the tempo as well. So I'm just turning the volumes up and sorting all the filters out. And I'm going to reset the tempo back to what it should be. So basically, ignore everything I've done there. Let's just pretend that worked fine first time round, because yeah, naturally it did, right? Yeah. So this is my first app review, guys, so it's obviously tragic, and you're all just shouting boomer or noob or some more offensive things at me. So we've got the loops going on at the moment, and if I press it again, it actually turns it off. So if we pop it back on, you can go through and select different types of drum beats. And what's really cool, that each one that runs down in a line can add to the mix. So I've added some percussion, and I'm going to add some bass. So everything that's got a circle around it is a loop, and that will keep going for as long as you have it selected. Now on this right hand side, you've got ones with lines on, and they will only play as long as your finger's down. So we call them one shots. So I'm going to bring in a vocal now on this line. And you might think to yourself, I'm not particularly keen on that bass line, so you can change that bass line up. And that vocal off for a bit. I'm going to bring in a bit of synth. take the drums out for a sec. Bit of percussion, and then back with a full drum kit. Now what's really cool about this is that you can record your performances. So I'm going to show you very quickly what you can do. So on the top right hand side here you have a record function, and it's armed, it's ready to record now. Now I am going to actually start with a bass line. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. Okay, and then bring in some percussion. And 2 at a time. I don't particularly like that one, but hey, this is just for demonstration purposes. So you can slowly build up your song and play for hours and hours and ends. We'll show you how to look at effects, volumes and filters in another video. And then when you've got to the end of the song, you can bring it to a slow close, or you can press as many as you like at the same time. And then press the record button again. Now what happens then is it gets saved all the way back over here where your 3 lines were at the start and under recordings. So if you press recordings, it's the one at the top there, so that's called house, and I can rename that app review, and you can save it as a WAV file or an AAC. I'm going to save this as a WAV file because it's most compatible with other software, DAWs, and I'm going to save that as audio. So you can upload straight to YouTube, SoundCloud, and record the audio or the video. And I will save that to my files, or I might end up just putting it directly onto my Google Drive. So, I mean, I find LaunchPad really easy to use. I think it's a proper easy app to get involved with. It's a 9 out of 10 for me on this one, and we'll come back with some more demonstration and app review videos of this, especially from Jay, who is an absolute whiz on this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. So download LaunchPad for free from Google Play and on the iStore. Cheers, bye.